some people may not be familiar with the term funnel. Could you tell us like how that works and maybe give us an example of what a funnel would look like?
Yeah, so I'm a divorce lawyer, family lawyer, hyper focused on divorce. The top of the funnel person or search would be how to file my own divorce or what is considered grounds for divorce. The search term is they got in an argument with their spouse last night and they're searching.
Okay.
They're not going to do anything with this data versus I'm going to go to an extreme example, but someone who is fed up, they might be in an abusive relationship and they have family who's supporting them and they've already moved out of their home and they're searching a divorce lawyer near me. Um, they're searching a more specific defined search. So we look at everything through the eyes of the search, but that also lets you into the human. Who is the human at the top of the funnel? Who is the human at the bottom of the funnel? With my agency as well, a top of the funnel would be a law firm owner looking for cheap marketing services for my law firm or how to DIY my law firm marketing. I don't want that
Ah.
client, right? I want the law firm owner who's looking for best marketing agency for a law firm, SEO marketing agency. How do I grow my law firm? I'm looking for a more defined search.
Are you prepared to supercharge your law firm's growth? Welcome back to the Lawyer Millionaire Podcast, powered by Wurz Financial Services. I'm your host, Darren Wurz, where we help law firm owners level up their financial game, sharing expert insights and knowledge to stay ahead in today's competitive market. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the future of digital marketing in the legal realm, exploring what it takes to seize opportunities and thrive in a constantly evolving marketing landscape. Our special guest today is Ashley Robinson, CEO of Green Cardigan Marketing. And today, we're going to discuss an array of digital marketing trends in 2024 that you, as a law firm owner, should be aware of and could benefit from. We'll also uncover the secret sauce behind Green Cardigan's outstanding customer service and results. If you've been wondering how digital marketing can make a difference between a good year and a groundbreaking one, this episode is for you. And with that, let's get started. Ashley, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Me too. 2024 is going to be a fantastic year. I believe it and I feel it. And we want to learn all about how we can use marketing to help us make this a wonderful year. Before we dive into all that, tell us just a little bit, tell our audience who you are, what you do, and a little bit about you.
Yeah, so I own Green Cardigan Marketing. We are a marketing agency who works exclusively in the legal space. We provide digital marketing services, and that includes website, SEO, social media, video, and email marketing. So anything digitally to help your law firm grow, we do it. We work with practice areas, most all practice areas. We work across the country. Within our agency, we do have a hyper focus on family and estate. And then we also customize and pride ourselves on the websites that we build for lawyers. When I came into this industry, so maybe to answer your two-part question of a little bit about myself, when I came into this industry, I came from the automotive space. So I worked at an agency that we just did automotive advertising. And so when I started my agency, after working for a lawyer on the side and just realizing maybe the lack of representation that law firms had and the lack of honest representation. So I saw a lot of websites that looked the exact same, super cookie cutter, yellow, blue, scales of justice, nothing too impressive. And then I saw a lot of just bad marketing and bad marketing strategies. So that's how we got started. I quit my job and went full time at the beginning of 2020, about a second before the world shut down. So I had great timing and been going at it ever since. And I'm based here in South Florida. And then I've got about 10 or 11 employees kind of scattered throughout the world, really. We have got some in Alabama where our office is. I'm from Alabama. We have an office there. We have some here in Fort Lauderdale, California, France, Bosnia, and South Africa. So we're a smaller team scattered throughout the world, mostly remote. But we have a really great group here who's passionate about what they do. So really proud of our group.
Wow. That's incredible. At some point we'll have to talk about how you did this. I mean, in like less than 4 years here, you've built a great business. And obviously you're good at what you do, or that wouldn't have been the case. And you've had some success with your clients. So hats off to you. What do you attribute that kind of amazing growth to?
Our customer service and our product, we can provide great customer service, but if our product is just not performing, we're just not going to retain clients. And then vice versa, right? So I am by nature, I'm asked my friends and family, I'm very much a helper and type A. I kind of want to solve every problem, which makes me annoying to be married to, I'm sure, ask my husband. Um, but it makes me good at what I do, right? I meet with law firm owners every day who have no time. I mean, just like what you do, right, Darren? Like
Hmm.
they don't have the time to dig into their personal finances or to dig into their marketing. I've found that being a lawyer, I did not go to law school, but being a lawyer requires so much from these law firm owners, right?
Hmm.
And so they need someone to say, hey, I just want to grow my firm. I don't know how to do it. Just do it for me. And we do that. We provide a really high-end customer service experience, lots of touch points and communication with our team. So that has certainly been the growth that we have seen. I attribute it to our customer service and then also our product. We're constantly evolving and revising our product just to provide better SEO, to provide websites that perform better with Google, to provide just a better product. So we're in constant search of providing a better product. And then our customer service, I would put it against any advertising agency. I would say our customer service is above any of that. So looking at, since we've started, we've had very few clients who've left our agency. And again, we're young, but I do believe that goes back and speaks to the volume. I say, Darren, and you and I met in a networking group, and I've said this 100 times, and I'll say it 100 more. Our greatest client is a client who worked with an agency before,
Hmm.
because they've realized that there's a lot of fools in this market who provide poor customer service and poor marketing. And we
Yeah.
have found if they've worked with someone else, they're going to do their initial call with me and meet my team, and they're like, "Hey, we're signing with you." It's an easy win because they've experienced bad customer service and a bad product. So I
Hmm.
want those law firm owners who have tried marketing, worked with someone else, and then they come with us, and we're a breath of fresh air. So, long answer to your short question, I believe those two things are certainly how we've grown so quickly, and I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just doing good work.
Yeah, at the
That's
end of the day,
great.
you just have to do good work, right?
Right, right. So you mentioned in your background, you noticed some things were wrong. You saw a lot
Mm.
of bad marketing. Could you tell us what are some of those bad marketing things you saw that maybe some other people are experiencing?
The first thing I saw was a complete fabrication of the truth, meaning so many law firm owners are paying for what we call in the industry SEO marketing or search engine optimization. This is basically your Google ranking, right? There are many search engines. We all talk about Google because it's leading the pack here. So how do I have my law firm to organically rank higher than my competitors? That's SEO. The problem with SEO, very much like investing my money, I don't really know what you do. I just have to trust that you know what you do, right? It's the
Yeah.
same with SEO, and I see it every day. I talk to a prospect. I have 3 prospect calls today, and I guarantee you I will see it with all 3 of them. I've had one of them already since getting on this call, and I saw it on this call. You look at their analytics and their data and what their marketing vendor is providing, they're paying a fortune for very little work. When you start
Hmm.
digging in behind the scenes and look at what they're doing, they're basically hosting their website and they're not providing any SEO support. They might be ranking for all of these terms that are irrelevant to their firm. I just got off of a call and a guy said, look, I rank really well for the state of Texas, but I don't care about that. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I want to rank
Hmm.
in Dallas.
Yeah.
And so that's what I see often is SEO providers, organic marketing providers, just digital marketing providers. That's some of the scams that I see is they say, look, we've gotten you ranking for all these keywords. Well, that means nothing to me. that means nothing to me. Those buyers are top of the funnel buyers. They're not looking to purchase my service. So that's what I've seen. And that's what what we really are set out. We spend so much time and energy researching actually how to do it right, how to
Yeah.
get you the kind of clients that you need that are going to purchase services from you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. I mean, how do you, I guess at the end of the day, it's all about the effectiveness. And, you can have all these great numbers and charts and graphs, but are clients coming in the door? Are they picking up the
Right.
phone and calling me? What kind of metrics do you use to kind of measure success for people and tie it to their marketing efforts? How do you do that?
Yeah, great question. So we have several KPIs that we measure. Number one is your website. Your website is going to give us a lot of data that we can measure. Again, many agencies are going to give you kind of false numbers and false data points. So be careful of that, right? But if you're dissecting the metrics enough, you can find some good data points. So we measure what comes in through your website. So your average time on site, your conversion rate, which pages are performing the most, which call to actions are performing well. We're looking at your contact form. We also are tracking our client's phone. So we encourage our clients and we help our clients set up call tracking. We do not provide call tracking. We use a pretty reputable CallRail. A lot of people have heard of it. And so we use CallRail to track our clients' phone calls. So we meet with our clients on a bi-monthly basis, some clients every month. And we start that call off with the most important number, which is money. How much money did you make this month? How many clients did you retain this month? Before we begin with the client, we know their average client value. So we know all of these things. So how many clients did you retain this month? How many leads did you get this month? You are going to measure our success by the number of qualified leads that we bring to your firm. So we look at all these different metrics and KPIs so you can hold us accountable and we can hold ourselves accountable of how many qualified leads we brought to your firm. Because at the end of the day, and again, this is a differentiator is I don't care about the number of leads unless they were qualified leads. I can send you bogus leads all day long, but that does not change the trajectory of your firm.
Okay. Okay. That's good stuff. Good to know. And of course, that's very interesting because you're digging into not just, I mean, here's how many people visited your website, but you're actually helping people um, in their business financials. We were talking about average client value and some of those metrics. I mean, these are some financial KPIs that people should have in their practices anyway. So that's fantastic. I don't think a lot of marketing agencies are probably doing that.
They're not, they're not. And we really provide what we hear and I know we provide is really a consulting. We provide marketing consulting and then we actually provide the marketing service because we are not going to be successful. And again, I set up this business and this agency to have a long duration of client life, have a long life cycle. There are many agencies who have a completely different structure that works for them. But by the time you recognize that your marketing is not doing anything, you're out the door and they're good with that really short life cycle, right? Our life cycle is we want you with us for years and years. We do that by looking at the money and what matters the most. So we're not going to be successful unless we can track that. So yeah, I've heard that many times that again, if my greatest client has worked with an agency before, because when we start asking them, how much money are you making? What is your average client value? What is your closing rate? What is your retention rate? Let's talk about the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. It's really more of a consulting alongside our marketing service.
So you mentioned funnel, and I'm glad you did. Some people may not be familiar with the term funnel. Could you tell us like how that works and maybe give us an example of what a funnel would look like?
Yeah, so I'm a divorce lawyer, family lawyer, hyper focused on divorce. The top of the funnel person or search would be how to file my own divorce or what is considered grounds for divorce. The search term is they got in an argument with their spouse last night and they're searching.
Okay.
They're not going to do anything with this data versus I'm going to go to an extreme example, but someone who is fed up, they might be in an abusive relationship and they have family who's supporting them and they've already moved out of their home and they're searching a divorce lawyer near me. They're searching a more specific defined search. So we look at everything through the eyes of the search, but that also lets you into the human. Who is the human at the top of the funnel? Who is the human at the bottom of the funnel? With my agency as well, a top of the funnel would be a law firm owner looking for cheap marketing services for my law firm, or how to DIY my law firm marketing. I don't want that client, right? I want the law firm owner who's looking for best marketing agency for a law firm, SEO marketing agency. How do I grow my law firm? I'm looking for a more defined search. So that's your buyer funnel. We all have a buyer's funnel, and it's important for all of us to know what is that funnel, because you need to target, or you can target, those at every stage of your buyer's funnel. So like your business and my business, right? We can hit them through different marketing channels. So marketing channel would be email or SEO or social or video or podcast. Where is that hitting folks in your buyer's funnel? And it's important to note as well that one marketing strategy can target multiple points in your funnel.
Interesting. It's a whole strategy. There's a
whole
lot that goes
science
into it. Yeah, definitely. So as you've, been working with law firms and experienced a lot of success, what strategies have you found to be the most effective? Is it all SEO? Are there other things that go along with it? What are the things that have really driven a lot of success that you've seen?
Yeah, that's such a dependent question. It varies, right? I get this question all of the time. And I say, well, let me ask you 100 questions back before
Sure.
I give you that one answer, because it depends. What is their practice area? And then what is their geographic area? These are our two most important. What are your goals? If you're trying to go from, on average, 10 retained clients per month to 15, that is a very different goal than 10 retained clients per month to 40. So what is your ultimate goal? And then that's going to back us into the answer of what have I seen work. SEO marketing is gonna work for just about anyone, and it should be in your marketing strategy for just about any law firm. Organic marketing is mailbox money. Organic marketing is the marathon. Paid advertising, paid marketing, PPC, social media ads, that's the sprint.
Okay.
Right? So paid marketing is really expensive. It's quick. It's going to produce as long as you're putting money into it. Organic marketing, it's slow. It's slow. This is what we specialize in, is organic marketing. But once you get the ball rolling, once you get the train going, it's producing leads consistently. It takes it a while to start ranking with Google, but once you do and you start gaining Google's trust, then Google's going to start sending users to your site. So something that I've seen work, continue to see work, is why I've built my agency around it, is SEO marketing. That means a website that's ranking really well with Google, a website that makes sense for Google, speaks to your client audience and client avatar. And then there are other variables and other marketing strategies that we can do, again, based on your need and your client avatar and where we're trying to target them in the funnel. If we're sticking with this example of a family lawyer, if you are a family law firm, email marketing should be part of your strategy. Right? Just think about that buyer's journey or that buyer funnel we talked about with a divorce. Most times you do not wake up and say, I want a divorce, right? It's a long progression of a failing relationship that's painful and it's life altering. So you might reach out to the lawyer, but it might be a year before you retain their service. So let's keep them thinking about you, because you're emailing them each month. You're emailing them videos, clips from this podcast. You're emailing them free resources, a calculator, a divorce calculator, to know how much you can expect to pay for your divorce. So it depends on where they're at in the journey. It depends on their practice area. It depends on their geographic area. And there's many different marketing strategies we can do to target them. What is your budget? Again, so it's 101 questions back for the one answer of what have I seen work.
Yeah. The answer we fear, it depends.
Right.
But
Exactly.
that makes a lot of sense, of course, in terms of what exactly you're trying to achieve. I do want to ask you about websites. How critical is the design element of a website and the appearance of the website? And how often should we be kind of, refreshing our websites?
So a good SEO strategy will never be successful without a well-built website. So we've talked about paid and organic marketing, right? So the analogy I use often with my clients is your website is the house. It's the big, beautiful house, 2 stories, wraparound porch, whatever your heart's desire is for your home, right? No one's going to see the website unless you're doing SEO marketing back to the website. So we first have to build the website, and you have to build a well-built website. Not only aesthetically pleasing to the user, to Darren looking at your site or Ashley looking at your site, it needs to look good, but also needs to perform on mobile. It needs to rank well with Google. So Google has this, this very sophisticated algorithm where they crawl your website and my website on a consistent basis and say, hey, this website's healthy. It matches everything we want it to in our extremely sophisticated algorithm versus your competitor's website doesn't. So what is Google going to do? Google's going to show your website over your competitor. Now that's a very dumbed down, simple way of explaining it, but that's the strategy. So as your SEO provider, we're doing everything we can to check all the check marks in Google's algorithm. So Google has this very sophisticated algorithm, right, where they're going to crawl your website. And if your website's not ranking well and it's not built well and it's not healthy, no one's going to come to it. So just like that house you built, I don't know, Darren, what you just said, you just bought a home. So what is your dream is this, let's just say this beautiful log cabin in a 100-acre pasture so you and your wife can never see another human again. No one's going to see the website unless you pour a driveway, unless you clear trees, unless you put a mailbox up, unless you invite your friends and family over. That's SEO. So website is the house. SEO is doing all the things we've got to get people to see the house. The two, you can't have a well-built website and get clients unless you're doing SEO. And you can't get clients if you're doing SEO, but not a well-built website. I see so often law firm owners will dump a ton of money into a well-built website and then they won't do anything to manage it. And they won't do consistent SEO. So maybe to answer the second part of your question, how often do you need to have someone looking at it? Every month. Every month. We build websites for law firms. This doesn't happen often, but when it does, I warn them. We will build a website and they will not become a monthly SEO client. We just build it, which is something we love doing. We love building websites, but they do not pay us to manage it, even if they don't become a monthly SEO. And every time I say, you can't do that. Doesn't work that way. Just like your iPhone or your Android, if you're a green text message person, you have to connect it to Wi-Fi to update your apps, right? Or else it's going to crash. Your website is going to crash. It happens. It never, ever, ever fails. I get a panic phone call because I started my own business, just serendipitous that it's always going to happen on a holiday. It's always going to happen on a weekend. And they're like, Ashley, help, my website's down. Yes, that's because no one has been going into your site and backing it up and updating plugins and making sure it's healthy and it hasn't been hacked. So even if you're not doing SEO marketing, you got to have someone logging into that site every month, connecting it, the analogy of connecting it to Wi-Fi and making sure everything is updated.
Wow. That's very enlightening. So you really have to have both going on. You can pay for all the SEO in the world, but if your website stinks, ain't gonna do much. And then you can have a beautiful website, but if you're not attracting people to it, no one's ever gonna see it.
Absolutely.
And so SEO is not like a one and done. You don't optimize it one time and woo, it's optimized. It's an ongoing effort. What is involved in that ongoing effort?
Yeah, so maybe to answer your question, you do optimize your site one time. It needs to be optimized and relooked at maybe every 4 or 5 or 6 months. What you then have to do is that monthly SEO. So they're different, right? Of pouring the driveway and building their house are two different things. So what does SEO look like? Again, Google has this very sophisticated algorithm, right? So a few factors that we don't know exactly what's in the algorithm. We know Google tells us a lot of key indicators. So number of pages on your site. Again, we're going to use you versus one of your competitors, Darren. If Google says, all right, Darren's site and his competitor are both healthy, SEO-wise healthy. Their H1 tags, their backlinks, the site was built structurally healthy. Darren has 100 more pages than his competitor. Okay, Darren also has more backlinks. That's another important part. So number of pages, number of keywords, content, backlinks, images. What we now see is video. Video, what you and I are doing here, long form video, short form video, do it. Put it on your website. Google owns YouTube. It's a monopoly,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So if I've got one divorce lawyer in Cincinnati and one divorce lawyer, and they've got about the same number of backlinks, the same number of pages, same number of keywords, but one lawyer is producing a video a week, they are going to outshine the other lawyer. It's just more content. So there's so many parts of Google's algorithm, but those are just a few: number of pages, keywords, backlinks, videos. Is the site healthy? Are all the alt tags and all images correct? So there's a huge list. We perform many of these things each month for our clients. Some of them are every other month. But it's our job, again, to make sure you are getting traffic to your website, showing, and we want you appearing in front of your ideal client avatar.
Wow. Wow. Good stuff. Thanks for all those helpful tips there, Ashley. Now let's think about the future and what's coming. What are some of the trends or things that are happening? AI is a big thing that's going on right now. What do you see as some of the things law firm owners need to be thinking about going forward?
So I'm going to piggyback off the conversation we were just having. Video. What you do, Darren, this is great. This is great for you as a business owner, and our law firm owners. We are encouraging them to do it as well. Maybe not a podcast. They don't have time to do a podcast, and that's okay. But get on with your marketing vendors, and let's, within 1 hour, we can record 4 or 5 or 6 short form videos that we can then use throughout the month. Post on your YouTube, your social, embed in your email, create a marketing funnel. There's so many things you can do with 1 3-minute video. Get on and talk about your practice areas. A change in the law. Give me a 3-minute video on what is uncontested divorce. The difference between a same-sex adoption and a heterosexual couple adoption. Here's the things you need to know. Give me videos and topics that people are searching for. And that's why we're here. We can reverse engineer it and tell you, here's what people are searching for, Darren. You need to make videos on these topics. So what is a trend? Video. Short form video, long form video. Take one long podcast like this, chop it up into all of these social media teaser videos. We now use an AI technology that will, you need to do something like this, Darren, if you're not already. I'm sure you are. We have an AI platform that will I do long form videos as well. I practice what I preach, and we plug in this video, and it produces back 10 to 15 short social media teaser videos based on SEO data.
Yeah.
It tells us which ones are going to rank the highest. So a trend would be video. And then also Google has made some drastic changes to their algorithm at the end of 2023, starting in about September, because of AI. So many marketers are using AI to write content. We're not shying away from that, but you really have to know how to do it. And you have to know how to do it according to Google's standards. So those are some trends that we're seeing. It's been a trend for a while now, and it's not going away. So jump on the bandwagon. Folks want to know what you have to say. You are a divorce lawyer in Cincinnati. Your clients are going to pay for your service if they know, like, and trust you. So use video. It's going to let them hear your voice. Do you sound halfway intelligent? And do I want to use your service? So it's such a great way to close that from prospect to client. It helps close that gap.
Yeah. Cool. Video's the new thing.
It's the new thing.
Yeah, we need to focus on that. Well, Ashley, one more question for you here, something that we like to ask all of our guests. And this is, we talk about, when I work with clients, talk about future vision and goals. And the reason we always talk about that is it drives our actions and our success. And you've built a great company. I'm wondering for you, what is your millionaire mission? And what I mean by that, it could be a personal vision, a business vision. What kind of future are you envisioning and aiming for?
Yeah, I'm a huge goal setting person. Again, I'm a type A personality, wake up at 4 o'clock and work out every day. I mean, I have to-do lists coming out of my ears, right? So I can drive myself nuts with these kind of things, but I love it. I love this time of year. At the time of this recording, it's towards the beginning of the year. I love it. I love this type of question. Yeah, so I have my own personal set of goals. My husband and I both have it printed off. We have it in our closet so we can see it every day. Here in my office, I have it as well. And then every year I fly in my team and we all meet here in South Florida and we go over what that looks like. So we went over our goals. I'm very clear with the team and sharing that. There's a monetary goal, our gross revenue. Also this year, we're making a big push to increase our average client value. Because we've found those smaller, lower end clients, we just can't produce as much for them as we would like. So we're trying to increase that client value. And then in the future, in the next 5 years, I'll tell you, I don't have this completely worked out yet, but we're going to add several different branches or parts of the agency, consulting being one of them. So that's coming down the pipe for maybe many years from now. But I have found a passion of mine is helping the business side of the law firms. So I want to play into that over the next couple of years. I want to investigate that and see what that might look like. Because for me personally, it really fuels me to see these law firm owners say, look, I'm making more money, I'm working less, or I'm able to transition into just managing my firm. I'm out of the day-to-day operations, which a lot of my law firms want. So that really fuels me as a human side of it. So those are just some of our goals. Trust me, we got a whole list of them.
I love it. I love it. It sounds like we serve a lot of the same people, and I love
Yeah.
working with law firm owners as well. Just that who have that entrepreneurial mindset, trying to scale and grow, and it's really exciting to be involved and witness and promote their success.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Ashley. Well, if you would please share with our audience where they can find out more about you or get in touch with you if they'd like to.
Yeah, so greencardiganmarketing.com. And then we're on all the socials. I'm pretty active on LinkedIn, so I'd love for anyone to reach out to me there on LinkedIn, or again on our website. You can schedule a call with me directly on through our website.
Great, great. Well, thank you so much, Ashley. And we want to thank our listeners as well for tuning in. We've come to the end of another exciting episode here. I hope that you've gained some great practical knowledge that's going to really help you transform your marketing as you go throughout this year 2024. Now, I'd like to ask a small favor from all of our great listeners. If you found this episode valuable, would you please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast if you haven't already? It's your support that enables us to keep delivering top-notch content week after week. And while you're at it, we would love if you could leave a review. Your feedback is important to us. And if you're a successful law firm owner who's ready to get serious about massively growing your net worth and achieving your wealth goals, please visit us at thelawyermillionaire.com. I'm Darren Wurz, and I can't wait to join you for yet another conversation next time on the Lawyer Millionaire Podcast. Until then, remember, your future is in your hands, and we're here to guide you every step of the way.